Hello, everyone, and welcome to Culture of Gaming's Power Up Podcast, episode 127, being recorded live on August 1st, 2020. I'm your host, Taylor, and this week I'm, of course, joined by Anthony Dennis.
How's it going?
Good, how are you? And also Matt.
Hello.
I completely messed up that we were doing like the whole new intro thing, and I even came up with it. Oh, well. I mean, that explains what's up.
I love how you
literally thought about that. It's like, we're going live. I went, oh, okay, I guess we're not doing the intro thing. Yeah, whatever.
Okay. Anyway, we have, of course, a wonderful show lined up for you guys this week, as usual. So, starting out some of the topics, we have a follow-up to the G4 news story from last week, talking about maybe, it's like we have at least one confirmed old host returning to G4, but more on that later. Hideo Kojima and Japanese horror author Junji Ito are in talks for a possible collaboration for a horror game. Sony might offer customizable or variant side plates for the PS5. Blizzard finds an Overwatch League player $1,000 for posting a meme. And MSI is doing some shady review tactics. And then for our water cooler conversation, we're going to talk a little bit about what might lie next in store for Nintendo. So anyway, more on that later, as we usually like to start off the show as usual. What have we all been playing this past week or so? So Matt, let's start with you.
God, I don't even know.
Okay.
I've been busy with so much stuff IRL.
Yeah.
I actually played a little bit of Eve the other day.
Okay.
Went around to my little Estero, got a couple kills in low sec, did my usual patrol.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty fun. Outside of that, I've just been busy working on Tech for Thought.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Been good.
Short, sweet, to the point. Anthony, what you been doing?
Well, I had like 2 games of League with you guys. Sucked as usual. Every time I play, I suck. I haven't played it for like probably a good 5 months at this point, apart from yesterday. Not yesterday. I mean, last week, I should say. Because it's Sunday now, which is like the first day of the week or Sunday for you guys.
It's been 5 months since you guys last time played it.
It has for me. I haven't played it in that long.
Yeah, Anthony doesn't necessarily play with us every time.
No.
I know, but I couldn't think it would have been like 5 months already.
Yeah, you wouldn't think.
It has been.
Okay.
We'll
go with it.
We'll go. It has been playing some of that, obviously. Also been playing some Ni no Kuni.
Okay.
Kunai, whatever you want to call it.
Ni no Kuni.
I really want to keep playing that, but I keep getting distracted with other stuff, not gaming related. Like most days I'm thinking to myself, I want to play some Ni no Kuni, and then I've got other stuff I need to do. So I keep wanting to jump in, but never do. I'm up to I'm only like 3 hours in or something. It's the first game. What is it? Wrath of the White Witch?
I think so.
Cool.
Yeah.
Revenant Kingdom is the second one. Really enjoying it so far.
Okay.
I have also been playing some Apex. Of course, got a couple of wins on that. The Sydney servers are dying.
Oh.
There were like 2 nights that we played, and we couldn't get a match either night on a Sydney server.
Wow.
So I had to go to Singapore.
That's actually kind of crazy.
Yeah, Singapore, which is like 130 ping.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of interesting. A bit of lag here and there, but not too bad. So yeah, I've been playing some of that as well. And aside from that, I haven't really been gaming a whole heap this week. I just find myself don't have time. I'm usually busy most evenings and mornings now. And I've also got stuff to do around the site and whatever, so it's just very flat out for me. So yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Gotcha. All right, so this past week for me, a bit of Ghost of Tsushima. I have unfortunately not been able to sink the time that I really want to into that game quite yet, but I am enjoying what I've played so far a lot, actually. I really, really like the game so far. I played for like an hour the other day, and it was just like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this. So I set a route to my map and do the next mission. I got sidetracked so much along the way that I never accomplished what I originally set out to do.
Nice.
So... yeah, but it was all worth it in the end.
Nice.
So anyway, hold on, sorry. What was I going on? And then a bit of League, as Anthony mentioned earlier. Game is kind of annoying right now. I don't know. It's like there's so much stun lock and BS that can happen nowadays in that game. So It's kind of annoying.
And like immortality as well.
Yeah, it's like invincible, not die. It's like, oh, have to kill this person twice before they actually die, just kind of like stuff like
some
that.
Sekiro stuff.
Yeah, kind of. Yes, we got some Sekiro hoes on League of Legends. Yeah, and then let's see. The past couple days, I've been working on Matt and I have been working on a hard tubing loop for my PC. Finally got that finished, and it is in a workable state. I'm using it to live stream and do the podcast right now, so obviously it's working. Things are doing pretty good. There's still some tuning to do, and still,
leaks.
What's up?
No leaks.
Yeah, no leaks. Still some tubing to do, or not tubing, sorry. Still some like accessorization to do a little bit, kind of some cleanup to do, but as far as PC up and running and working for what I needed to do, it's in a fine state right now. So. Okay. Yeah, nice. And then that's pretty much then it this past week. Anyway, so moving along, right before we get into the news segment and whatnot, the main site is, of course, cultureofgaming.com. There you can find the latest gaming news, reviews, interviews, opinion pieces, etc., etc. So head on over there and check us out. On the right-hand side sidebar of the main site, you will find a link to our community Discord where you can chat with everyone you see on the podcast right now, as well as pretty much all of our other staff from COG. So hit them up about an article they wrote, agree, disagree, stuff like that. Always open conversation and general conversation, of course, and of course, dank memes. Okay. And then we have two Facebook pages, one for the main site and one for the podcast. They are facebook.com/the Network and facebook.com/PowerUpPodcast, respectively. Then twitch.tv/cultureofgaming, where you can find the podcast recorded live every Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. YouTube.com/cultureofgaming, where you can find any videos we make, as well as a video repository of the previously recorded podcasts. And am I missing anything? Oh, Instagram @cultureofgaming, Twitter @the COD Network, and I think that's about it so far. And furthermore, if you want to listen to all the previously recorded podcasts, then head on over to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Pocket Casts, Podbean, Pocket Casts, whatever you want to do, Podcast Addict, etc. Any podcast service you like and use, our audio repository is there. So check us out over there. Anyway, getting right into the gaming news this past week. Last week we reported, or last week on the podcast, I should say, we reported that G4, what should best be described as like a male interest channel at the time, in all honesty. So, it had like Attack of the Show, X Play, and everything, stuff like that, and everything. It was the real only like TV station that had, kind of like a tech show, a gaming show, etc. It was killed officially back in 2015 or so, but now it's making a comeback. And we raised the question last week about whether or not any of the previous hosts would come back or not. And well, it turns out our questions have been answered, at least partially. Blair Herter. Blair Herter, a co-host of Let's Play and Attack of the Show, did an AMA on Reddit where he confirmed that he was in fact coming back to the reboot of G4, and he was unable to confirm whether or not any of the previous hosts were coming back or not. But he's at least confirmed. So anyway, I don't know what else there is much else to say about it outside of just I saw this and wanted to follow up on the story from last week.
Sure.
Yeah.
Also, fun fact about this, when I was talking about it with Anthony, I have no idea what G4 is.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
I mean, even I know what G4 is, and it's not even here.
I've never heard of it before today, actually.
Dang. Okay.
Okay,
so before a little conversation, I was about to make a joke about it being twice as good as G2, but
to be fair, it probably is.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so G4 was originally tech TV and everything. The early mid to late early 2010s and everything, like going back from early 2000s upwards into the early 2010s. It eventually morphed in G4, but there were the two big. It was basically a competitor to Spike TV. That channel, everything. So it targeted the exact same demographic and everything when it rebranded to G4. And G4 had Attack of the Show, which is like kind of in general internet culture sort of thing, like kind
Okay.
of like internet culture sort of the show, but it mostly focused on tech quite a bit and everything.
Sure.
And then they also had Let's Play was their other claim to fame, which is just like this pure video game themed TV show that was primarily hosted by Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb. I don't know if you've ever heard of those two before.
Adam Sessler, yes, I've heard of him.
Okay, so yeah. And it was like notable because this was before, you know, it's like there were shows like this on the internet. There were other like gaming podcasts. This was before YouTube was really a thing when it was getting started also. And so this was like the most like high-end place you could really get like gaming and tech news and like have it talked about and everything. Like attached to the show had some pretty decent big name interviews too. Like when Avatar came out, they got an interview with James Cameron on the show, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, so yeah, it was stuff like that. And I watched it a lot growing up. The humor on the show was definitely a bit more adult than I probably should have been watching when I was that young. But anyway, yeah, it was good, and it was unfortunately killed. Eventually killed off because the ratings weren't there, and then, you know, there's this big shift in migration to, you know, shows like this, shows on YouTube or Twitch and whatnot, podcasts, stuff like that.
Sure.
So yeah, but now they want to bring it back, so it's coming back next year. And
kind of the issues that we had last week were basically, where does this fit in? Like, because of YouTube and like Twitch and all that kind of stuff now. Where does G4 actually fit into the spectrum? Because there's a lot of like video game content out there and tech content out there now. So it's difficult for this to kind of fit in if it's coming to mainstream TV or something like that. So,
and we don't even,
what we discussed last week.
Yeah, we don't even know exactly like where it'll come out on, like whether or not it'll actually make a return to cable TV, or whether or not you know, it'll just be like a web show or maybe an exclusive streaming service like Hulu or something, like have an exclusivity with Hulu or whatever. So yeah,
no, I can imagine with like, I guess the best thing would be like, I don't know, like YouTube or like their own website in that regards, just trying to write stuff there, do stuff there. I don't know if they write stuff at all, but I'd imagine they would occasionally, but it'd be nice to have like their own website to work off of.
I believe they had like a before G4 was killed, they had a like a blog kind of situation as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
So I linked the AMA in chat that Blair Herter did and everything.
Okay.
I didn't know G4 TV had its own subreddit or how active it's necessarily been since it shut down, but that's where he did the AMA on. And anyway, so a couple notable things. Why am I getting a phone call right now? A couple notable things is to come out of the AMA is basically they're still taking a lot of ideas for like shows to do and everything, and you know, it's still kind of in the works whether or not they'll have an archive of old shows for people to go back and watch, stuff like that. So yeah, a lot of things still kind of seem like in the works right now, but they are definitely targeting next year for a launch. So
okay,
anyway. Hold on,
Nice.
I need to take care of this briefly.
briefly.
I think one good quote that Blair says is, "We're not trying to compete, just join the party if there's room for one more in the rec room." As to the production value thing, have you seen some of the crap we used to do? If a robot with a cardboard box for a head, or a foul-mouthed furry hand puppet are considered production value, then move over. What's that? Krasinski. Move over, Krasinski.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Australia kind of had a like a similar kind of thing on TV. So it was called like Only SP, I think it was called, Only Single Player, I believe, I believe it was called that. Basically, it was like kind of a reviews channel, and like it was on mainstream TV or like free TV, whatever you call it. Basically, it was like a reviews channel. I used to like showcase upcoming games and all that kind of stuff. And that also got killed around the time when G4 got killed. So maybe that was owned by the same people? Perhaps?
I know
sure.
G4 owns Comcast. Or, sorry, Comcast owns G4, rather. That'd be insane, right? Yeah.
That'd be pretty nutty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this was like run by ABC, like Kids ABC.
Another answer that talks about, maybe where it'll come back and everything was Blair Herter is asked, it's like basically it's like, where is it? He's literally asked the question, what platform will it be a TV channel again and whatnot. And he replies saying, we think one of the major reasons G4 failed the first time is that a lot of people couldn't get it where or when they wanted to get it, which is true because DirecTV and Dish dropped G4 a few years before it ended up dying off. So, yeah, which are two big satellite TV providers in the U.S. And so,
sure,
yeah, I think they dropped it around like 2009, 2010 or so. And so, yeah, anyway, so it's like it seems to indicate that it'll go onto the internet. So, anyway,
interesting.
I don't think without beating the dead horse any further, there's anything else to really say here.
Yeah.
Just gonna kind of go ahead and move on, and we'll see how the story develops. Again, I expressed last week, I'm very, very excited for this to come back and everything. So, anyway, next news story is let's talk about our favorite game developer, Hideo Kojima, for a bit.
Ooh.
The man can just kind of naturally produce LSD for ideas and everything. Well, there is someone else.
The myth, the drug.
Yeah, there is someone else in Japan who seems to have a similar ability to Kojima and producing weird stuff. His name is Junji Ito. He is a famous Japanese horror manga author. I've actually read some of his stuff, and there's this fun little indie game on Steam called World of Horror and everything, which is based on a lot of Junji Ito's stuff. And he's basically like Japanese Lovecraft. H.P. Lovecraft is the best way to characterize him. So he's pretty good. This story came out 4 days ago. It's coming to us from a PC Gamer. Hideo Kojima wants to work with manga artist Junji Ito on a horror game. He invited the artist to work on a horror game that Kojima Studios might be planning. So, yeah. Kind of an interesting fusion between like a like, I don't want to necessarily call it book because it's manga, but sort of like a literature author and game developer again. We're currently seeing that. Yeah, we're currently seeing that with From Software and George R.R. Martin with Elden Ring. At least, well, we would
That's
be
never going to come out.
Yeah. So, hopefully this will turn out a little bit better in that regard. But, yeah. This would be... This excites me. This greatly excites me, in all honesty. So...
Well, as someone who absolutely hates horror,
no, okay. I mean, it's horror, less like jump scare horror, and more just like, what the hell is this like cosmological thing? Yeah,
like if he's more Lovecraftian, like Lovecraftian horror isn't necessarily like jump scares or stuff like that. It's to make your brain try to think of something that's literally incomprehensible.
Yeah,
like A New Color.
Exactly.
That's actually one of my favorite stories.
Exactly.
The meteorite with a new color or whatever it's called. I have no idea.
What's his name? Hideo Kojima did Silent Hill, didn't he?
Yes. Back with Konami.
Yeah, back with Konami. So, like, if it's... I don't know, the Silent Hill games are very well received and people love them. So if it's something similar to that, I feel like this could go down quite well.
PT revived?
Yes.
I personally never played Silent Hill. I watched someone play part of it and freaked out.
Oh,
and like,
okay.
Look, I was like 13, okay?
Fair enough.
So I really don't like horror stuff at all. Yeah, you can call me a crybaby if you want to, but like, I don't know. So, I don't know. I feel like if you did something like that, obviously it'll probably be like Death Stranding, to be honest. Like, that kind of insaneness. Death Stranding Part 2 is coming anyway, so...
Wait, what's that? Wait, are you being facetious or are you serious?
Yeah, he's doing Death Stranding Part 2.
Oh, God. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I'm keen, to be honest. I'm actually keen for it.
Yeah, what can... yeah, I don't know. Okay.
Yeah. So, anyway, that's just me. Whatever.
Okay. I don't know, Matt. You've read some H.P. Lovecraft in your time, haven't you?
I mean, I actually have... roughly, which one is it? It's one of these books on my shelf. It's that one right there, actually. That's a H.P. Lovecraft Collections book. I've read about like half of them.
Okay.
That's in that book.
Yeah.
They are amazing. I enjoyed it because it makes you think of stuff that just like isn't possible.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Hideo Kojima is a very great mind of making the impossible possible. Just look at Death Stranding. It's like it shouldn't on paper it's a weird game,
Yeah.
but in practice it's really good.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I think I'd love to see what they could do. I have no idea who the writer is, but I'd love to see what collaboration they can come up with.
Yeah. Well, speaking of kind of collaboration, are there any other authors we would maybe like to see get with other game developers that might be fun?
Okay, there is legitimately a reveal trailer for Death Stranding 2.
That has to be fake.
It's not.
So if I go to Kojima Studios YouTube right now.
Wait a minute. This is done by
My
Jim says
lord.
it starts from zero.
Why-
Still making a sequel to Death Stranding, but it probably won't continue out for the first game.
Why do I not see anything official from Kojima Productions about
Yeah,
this?
I think it's fake.
Okay.
But he has said that he's working on part 2, according to IGN. In an
Okay.
interview with Vulture, Hideo Kojima discussed the possibility of working with Norman Reedus again. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, okay, that's completely the possibility of working with him again does not necessarily mean Death Stranding Part 2.
Death Stranding 2, Kojima says he would start from zero. Okay.
It'd probably be like a different story set in the same world.
I wouldn't continue from the first game. Basically.
Okay. Yeah.
Final Fantasy, that thing.
Oh god. So just get final Death Stranding.
Death Stranding, the final remix, 3.8.
Yeah. Some Kingdom Hearts level BS.
Yep, that'd be fun.
The versions of Kingdom Hearts make almost as little sense as the story itself. Okay, anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, okay, so question
can
still
argue that.
stands. Are there any authors that we like that maybe get with good game developers? Might be fun.
Not any off the top of my head, honestly.
Okay.
Do you have any idea, Anthony?
Not massively, no. Apart from the obvious ones, people have been wanting a Harry Potter game for quite some time, like a decent Harry Potter game.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have the Harry Potter Prisoner of Azkaban RPG game on my Game Boy Advance.
Mm.
And it's actually pretty in depth. The amount of stuff you can do in that game was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
some of the Harry Potter games were actually really, really good previously.
Yeah, that one
Yeah,
was
I have.
probably peak in my opinion.
Order of the Phoenix on Wii was really good because it was open world and it's you could literally use the Wii remote to cast spells and everything. It was neat. Yeah.
Yeah.
11-year-old me really liked it. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, aside from that, probably there was one guy who I can't remember his name. Yeah, I can't remember. It's probably a better question would probably be
What book
what
did they
book-
write?
I
Yeah,
can't remember, to be honest. It's probably better if they go book to movie or something. Book to game is kind of a little bit difficult to do.
Well, I'm not saying book to game. I'm talking about maybe an author, a popular author or whatever, working
Has a particular style.
working
Sure,
with a game developer to collaborate on a game.
Okay.
Yeah. No, nothing. Okay.
No. Come on, okay, Taylor, you're asking the question. Which author? do you
George
want?
R. R. Martin and Miyazaki. There. See?
That's already happening.
I know. Sold on concept. Junji Ito and Hideo Kojima. I'd like to see that. Go.
That's already happening. What else?
Okay.
What else suggest?
New ones. You asked which ones would you like
Yeah.
to see happen.
I know.
Not
okay.
don't pick one. Don't.
Okay, here.
Don't wuss out
Fine,
now.
here. I'm going. Okay. Get Reki Kawahara, the guy who writes SAO, to help design an MMO.
Oh no.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Who are all dead.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Anthony's dead. Me and Taylor would probably survive a good while.
What's that supposed to mean?
You're a terrible gamer.
That's accurate.
I state nothing but truth bombs.
Very accurate.
Maybe the guy who writes MHA could design a decent
Yeah, that'd be
superhero
cool.
game. or help write a decent superhero game.
Yeah, I mean, outside of like general fighting games, there's not a real good like superhero-esque game.
Has anybody checked out the Avengers beta? I
No,
think that's out already, isn't it? Or maybe wait.
I have zero interest in that. Sorry.
I think I might actually check that out.
Okay.
Yeah, no interest in it at all.
Go fun.
Wow, nobody cares.
I mean, it's a new game. It's interesting. Okay, it's like one of the only
It's
AAA
riding the
games
high of the Avengers. Don't at me.
coming. What?
I said it's riding the high of the Avengers. Don't at me.
Doesn't
mean,
everything
Avengers
Avengers
are
related just ride the high of the Avengers since
It's the-
2012?
It's the game. Yeah, true. Isn't it the game that's like looks terrible in terms
Yeah.
of like character design? The
I'm
one with the
still
Thor like
very interested in that.
vinyl plates on his chest.
Yeah. It's the one where
They
it's
got
like
a
the
DJ
characters
mixer?
look really off. It's the Square
They
Enix one.
changed that actually, the DJ mixer.
Oh, did they?
Good.
Okay.
It was a terrible design choice.
It really was. So yeah, anyway, I think the beta's out for that. It's either out or about to come out, like in the next couple of days. So,
Okay.
I haven't seen anything on it yet.
Fair enough. Okay. In case you can tell, it's a very, very slow news week this week.
We're just messing around more than anything.
Yeah. All right. So, next story, moving on, is leaked PS5 shell images suggest that the device's plates are removable, and the PS5 is in fact a colossal console. Well, I mean, I told you that much. 3 pictures of alleged PS5 plates have been leaked onto a Chinese gaming-related forum called A9VG. The images give the impression that the white panels for the next-gen console can be easily clipped or unclipped, leaving the device in a customizable state for owners. This has been a long-held belief in regard to the PS5 console, which has been frequently hinted at. So basically, the leak, which was originally on A9V, or A9VG, sorry, and then got translated and posted to Reset Era, came up with like dimensions of it and everything, and this came out and people were like, oh, this allows Sony to do customizable or variant like side plates for the PS5. So, which by the way, it looks like it's going to be around 16 inches tall, which is 402.77 millimeters.
That's damn.
Who uses
Okay.
millimeters?
It's
Me,
metric. I don't
apparently.
know. Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I'm like Imperial all the way, dude.
And yet your
Inches make sense.
Yeah,
I
sorry.
know.
Yeah, thank you. Right? It made sense. You know what? They're called
I mean, it makes sense.
they're called footprints on the moon, not meter prints. Okay.
Okay, dude, shut up. But like, I mean, okay, look, if you're building or something and you need a very precise measurement, millimeters are good.
Yeah.
Millimeters are very good. But
Agreed.
like every other daily use, inches are where it's at.
Does anyone seriously just use millimeters in general? Like, yeah, I don't know.
Yes.
I know a lot of people do centimeters as like an in between and
Yeah.
everything. Like,
Yeah.
I know centimeters
just
is
the
kind of
next
the
closest
default in Japan for smaller things that aren't quite,
I still use inches.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
I don't even use centimeters.
We use so it's like our rulers have inches and centimeters. You get some
Yes,
dollar
yeah.
ones that have millimeters too.
Same.
I have like a freaking couple of the nice metal ones that have like the speed square on them and everything. They have millimeters and inches on them and everything.
Mhm.
It's really nice when we're drawing and stuff, measuring stuff. But like outside of like oh yeah, we're a gaming show. Outside of like building things, like why millimeters, or why metric?
Right.
I got no idea, dude.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway,
Makes no sense.
we all dislike metric here.
Back to our gaming show.
Exactly. All right. So, yeah, this obviously allows the PS5 to be pretty customizable, kind of past the average console level of customizability. This is probably much easier for Sony if they ever wanted to do like special edition PS5s, while they have the PS4 and everything, to do those and everything, because they just have to like change the designs on the plates realistically and everything. It's cool. I'd imagine you can see a lot of there will probably be some services that crop up like what's the one that like does like the Switch painting, like Color Lab or whatever?
D-Brand. No, not D-Brand.
I know
No.
D-Brand does skins,
They
obviously.
do vinyls.
Yeah. But I don't.
I
Okay, you guys know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah.
It's like maybe those people will get into the game of, doing cool designs or colors for the PS5 side plates. Maybe an engraving market will come up, stuff like that. So, I don't know.
Engraving one would be interesting to see.
Yeah. Or like an etching, or like a stamp or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give it some personality. Give it some flair. I don't know. People can obviously paint it themselves. Like if it comes off, then it's gonna be super easy to paint, right? Because you don't have to worry about damaging anything behind the plate.
Yep.
So. It's really easy to paint it yourself.
Huh?
It's really easy to paint it yourself.
Yeah, exactly. So, do we think this is a good idea, bad idea? What the hell is Sony thinking?
I think this is great.
Okay.
It's like because you can kind of fit in with like special editions and all that kind of stuff. So like Spider-Man that comes out, Spider-Man 2, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
You could have an all red PS5.
Mm-hmm.
Both the panels could be red. One thing that I suggest that they should do, which may be more difficult than like just saying it, have the. I mean, obviously this would mean that the like the RGB and stuff inside of it would need to be like customizable and stuff. But maybe if they put in like different colored LEDs, like for the lighting.
Okay.
So like if it's a Spider-Man console, you can put in like red LEDs or something like that, because some of the like images and stuff of like, it's been like photoshopped or whatever, they do look pretty darn decent. So
yeah.
It
that'd
is
be
a
a
great
nice thing to
canvas.
do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Definitely.
Also, can I
But
just
I
say
think
that the
that'd be-
PS5 without like wings, which is one of the images in the article here, which I'm going to drop in Twitch chat, literally looks like a router, like kind of a smaller router. Like it already kind of does with like some of like the more gamery routers. Like it reminds me a lot of the Netgear Nighthawk line quite a bit when it has its wings on it and everything. But yeah, without the shroud on it, it's these tiny little bots. I don't know if I could actually kind of see people gravitating towards just taking off the plates to reduce the profile of it, in all honesty, too.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it has a massive footprint, so anything to help reduce that, I could see people doing.
Yeah, exactly. Whichever ones makes your wife happier, basically. Yeah.
We're gamers. We don't have wives.
True.
Yeah, what's a wife?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Taylor can tell you what a waifu is, though.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's a
Definitely.
pillow that stands on its own.
Hell yeah. It's independent.
Ugh. Not me. Okay. It's a freestanding pillow. Okay.
It's independent.
Yeah. It's a strong, independent waifu who don't need no husbando. Yeah.
Okay. Next topic.
All right, let's stop there.
Okay. Let's stop it. Yeah. Again, slow news week. Do y'all like Pepe the Frog?
Pepe the Frog.
Yeah.
Possibly.
He's just a fraud, right? Like he's literally just a cartoon fraud. Okay. Painted in
Great
various
guy.
expressions, right? Okay. Like he's
He's
literally
also dead.
Yeah. Pepe died. The original author of, or illustrator, I guess, of Pepe, killed him in 2016.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, they literally killed him off in the story that he's a part of and that he started in because Hillary Clinton labeled Pepe the Fraud as a symbol of white supremacy. No, I'm serious. I'm serious.
I'm gonna refrain from
That's the
commenting about
amount.
anything about that.
Yeah, that's the amount of absurdity that the 2016 presidential race got to. Was Pepe the Fraud, this freaking cartoon meme fraud, okay, got labeled a symbol of white supremacy. Anyway, so Pepe the Frog, honestly, well, it's like, obviously, rather, isn't a symbol of white supremacy or anything racist or anything like that, inherently. So, this story comes to us from Deserto.com. At Overwatch Pro leaks Overwatch lead email finding him $1,000 for Pepe the Frog meme.
Nice.
Former Overwatch lead pro Ted Silkthread Wang leaked an email he was sent that fined him for posting about Pepe the Fraud on Twitter during a July 23rd Twitch stream. Back in Season 1 of the league, in an attempt to improve his Twitter game, Silkthread tweeted, "Does anyone else love Pepe the Fraud?" as well as an image of the cartoon frog. Shortly after doing so, the social media manager for his team, the LA Valiant, demanded he delete the tweet immediately. While he did so, his remark didn't go unnoticed by the Overwatch league, which which is, run and organized by Blizzard and whatnot themselves, who fined the player a whopping $1,000 for the post. Fortunately, he was able to appeal the fine and claimed he was unaware of the green fraud's alleged connection as a hate symbol. Now, years later, the former Overwatch lead player has leaked the email that the lead sent him accusing him of posting support for a racist meme. The email called Silk Thread's tweet, quote, unacceptable and a violation of the spirit of diversity and inclusiveness that makes Overwatch great. It continued to stress that he would be fined $1,000, but had the option to appeal, which he did. According to the player, he paid a $60 Uber to go to Burbank so he could dispute the fine.
Okay, I'm sorry. This is coming from Blizzard, who loves China.
Yes.
We've been over this.
This is a Chinese guy,
times.
too. This is a Chinese American, also.
We've been over this a couple of times on the podcast. We all know what China does.
Yes.
Okay. How can you fine someone $1,000 for doing a hate crime when China actually strips people of human rights?
I know. Yeah.
How can you do that?
I don't know. Ask Blizzard.
Yeah.
Like, that should... What?
I don't know. Why can you, ban a player from a league for expressing support for Hong Kong? Yeah. Blizzard's gone to shit the past few years. Not gonna, honestly, ever since around 2016, Blizzard has been pretty ass.
I don't
with
edit
that,
this
Anthony.
podcast anymore. I
Who
actually
does?
don't edit anything. I don't cut any of it out.
No, fair enough.
Oh, you just post it?
Kind
yeah.
of past the point of caring, right?
Ooh.
No. I mean, to be fair, our audience demographic. No, I mean, to be fair, our audience demographics are, older, so.
Yeah.
18 plus at least.
I mean,
Just by the standard that we
It's-
have to work with in terms of
On YouTube,
language.
with the, is this video for kids or whatever it is, you can mark that as no, and then basically anything goes.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
That's why I don't really bother. Although iTunes haven't suppressed any of that stuff, even though we've kind of gone from PG to, M.
iTunes hosts some
PG-13 or so, yeah.
They host stuff that's much more R in terms of language.
Yeah. I mean, Spotify
Well,
isn't going
I've
to do
listened
anything
to.
either. They host Joe Rogan.
I'd say it comes down to, so when you first sign up to put your stuff on iTunes, right? You've got to mark what categories it fits into.
Mm-hmm.
And I
You don't
haven't.
change it.
No, I haven't. I mean, you can, but I haven't changed it. Nothing's been suppressed or anything. So, I mean, when it gets when something gets taken down, I'll change it. But for the time being, yeah.
We're riding the wave till then.
Hell
Pretty
yeah.
much. But this is
I
this
think
is
the proper term is fuck yeah.
this is levels of absurdity. I can't talk today. I need to drink more water. Hold on. Excuse me.
Everybody just do a little water right now.
I don't have any.
Damn. Okay.
I'm in the desert.
So this is, I don't know, as
disappoint
kind of
me.
previously alluded to, this is levels of absurdity that haven't quite been seen since 2016. Which on one hand, 2016 wasn't all that bad of a year. I mean, after all, you could go outside whenever you wanted. Pokemon Go was a thing, and yeah, it's just the meme potential.
You don't get
of
it,
the,
Anthony.
The meme
He
potential
says
of the
this all the time.
yeah, the meme potential of the presidential election was really, really good. So
We can still go outside. We have freedom.
We can still go outside.
yeah, no, it's more of a meme than anything.
No.
So yeah, I don't know. This is this speaks to the absurdity that once was. Have y'all noticed that the world kind of went to shit after Gamergate?
I love how as soon as I say it, anything.
Hey, you gave us the green light. What do you
Yeah, there we
expect?
Go.
This is the podcast now.
You guys are evil.
Okay, sorry.
I like to think myself as a neutral player and everything.
Yeah.
I'm more of an insider than anything.
True.
What was your question, Taylor?
I said, have y'all noticed how it's everything kind of went to hell after Gamergate in the gaming world?
Oh, we're this type of podcast now.
Oh yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I
yeah.
think people who have listened for a little while kind of understand that we have a lot of issues with the modern game journos and whatnot.
Yes, we
and
do.
the SJWBS in gaming.
Yeah.
So
To be fair, anybody listening and knows that none of us here are journalists. I highly doubt anybody on the website actually considers themselves a journalist.
Yeah, I consider myself a writer, not a journalist. Like, I don't do investigative reporting and everything. I do more analysis
You do
whenever
commentating.
I do. Yeah, exactly. Which is why I don't say, oh, journalist. Because to me, it's like there is an investigative aspect to being a journalist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100%.
Anyway.
So, yeah. Anyway, I agree. Like everything's like most publications and stuff. I'm not gonna name names or anything, but most publications and stuff are pretty corrupt / slightly insane.
Yeah.
Slightly
Put it
insane,
that way.
yeah.
Pretty,
Put it that way.
pretty crazy.
But here at Culture of Gaming and Tech for Thought, you can trust us.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly. I love that was like the most ingenuine smile you've given Matt. It's like you can trust us.
Trust us.
It's like yeah, sure.
I mean, we should play the
Yeah, I love
racist card here. Like, it's just like by finding this guy, they're being racist towards Chinese Americans.
No, you can't because they're Asians.
Oh yeah, you can't be racist towards Asians, can you? Yeah. Okay.
No.
Oh yeah, true.
I'm actually stopping this conversation before it goes any further. That's gonna go a little bit too far off the rails.
Oh no!
Yeah. Okay. Actually, hold on. Pull back. Yeah. I don't know. This is crazy. And all like Jesus Christ, it's a cartoon frog. Okay. Honestly.
Yeah, like
Yeah. Like for the love of God.
at the end of the day, all it is a freaking frog. Like
Yeah.
who cares? Like okay, yeah.
Anthony, if I theoretically posted Pepe the Frog on my Twitter, would I get fired from COG?
Oh yeah, immediately.
Oh,
without
damn. Okay.
reprieve.
Let me just go into my Pepe folder, twitter.com.
Oh no!
Do it.
Hmm.
That's ridiculous. Like, I mean, Twitch allows it to be used.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Streamers use it all the time.
Yeah. Isn't it a default Twitch emote?
Yeah.
No.
No, it's not
It's a
default.
very so Pepe the Frog is a very popular Twitch Plus emote,
Oh, okay.
along with several variants such as Pepe hands, where you're just sitting there like this.
Yeah.
That's probably one of my favorite.
Okay.
Pepe is one pretty popular one as well. I forget the exact name of most of them, but you can understand what I'm roughly saying.
Yeah, you get the point, right?
PogChamp with Pepe is pretty good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, it's like the Pepe meme potential is insane, honestly, right? And it's it's like, has anyone actually? Never mind, I'm not posing that question because I answered it before I even asked it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay, I just got a notification from Slack for no reason. I love it.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were about to say we got a notification from Twitch. Just shutting us down already.
Oh, here we go. Back to Mitzer. Well, no, Mitzer is already shut down. Facebook
Yeah,
gaming.
Stream on my account.
YouTube. Wait,
Facebook
no.
gaming.
Wait, YouTube allows cheaters to literally play live on their services. They wouldn't care about us.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. No, YouTube's moderation enforcement is like honestly on levels of Twitch in terms of variance. If I'm gonna be honest.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Like, to be fair, their algorithm is able to catch a lot of things, but at the same time, also a lot of things still slip through the cracks. Also, because it's almost as if there's a value for a human judgment decision in this sort of thing to be had. Anyway, yeah, I don't know, Blizzard.
Yeah, I think you need to have a change of management. To be honest.
Yeah, life needs to. Yeah.
It's not Daijobu.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
I would say Blizzard needs to get out of China, but then Blizzard would almost actually shutter if they got out of China. So, because I mean, that's where their stuff is still only popular now. Like, a lot of interest in Overwatch has definitely waned in the U.S. World of Warcraft is barely played in the U.S. anymore, in all honesty. Diablo Immortal is going to be a Chinese exclusive thing. Diablo 4 is still probably a couple years out, if I'm being real. StarCraft is a Korean thing. So
Even then, it's like
starting to like lose its luster. Like it's slowly starting becoming more and more niche in Korea and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like barely anyone in the U.S. even talks about StarCraft anymore. To be fair, barely anyone in the U.S. talked about StarCraft anyway. But anyway, so.
Yep.
It's fun.
Mm-hmm. Why? I don't. So why doesn't Riot have this issue? Let's talk about this a little bit. You know, Riot, they developed League of Legends and everything, which is immensely popular esport all across the world, including China. You know, it's like Riot doesn't have these issues of like their players, speaking out against Hong Kong and getting banned or whatever. Riot doesn't have the issues of League of Legends players posting Pepes on Twitter and getting banned. Is it because like do you think maybe Riot is a little bit better about what's expected from players, or do you think it's because most of the League of Legends teams are like privately owned and separate from Riot but participate in Riot events versus Overwatch League, which is owned and run by Blizzard?
That's the exact reason why.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah.
I feel like, as well, like, Riot kind of has a sense of humor, kind of.
Fair enough, yeah.
Like, even after everything they've kind of been through, a couple of years ago, I remember we were talking about it on the podcast, they had some, like, sexual issues, like, in the business, like, to that regard.
Yeah.
They had that sorted all out.
Yeah.
Sexist allegations and all that.
But I feel like you can kind of do... Like if you're an esports player for League or something, you can kind of get away with a lot more. Like there's been a lot of stuff that's happened with like League players who have like gone and like trash talked other players and whatever, and it's kind of been just like wiped off and funny.
Well, the big difference is each team is independent from Riot. Like Blizzard controls the entire Overwatch scene and funds it themselves. Riot is like they host stuff, but that's about it. Like they host what's theirs the World Championship?
LCS.
Well, LCS, but like the grand one.
Oh yeah, the World Championship. Yeah, it's literally like the League of Legends World Championship. It's Worlds. Yeah.
Yeah, Worlds. They literally just host the tournaments and that's it. They like each individual team fights for their spot, respectively so. It's like they can't control what each team does. Like literally any team can just say, yeah, we're not doing this anymore. They collectively as a group can leave, and the League of Legends would, lose its esports scenes.
Yeah.
CS:GO is the same way too, and so is StarCraft and Smash Bros. And any of them. The difference is that it's just owning your own, like Blizzard owning Overwatch League, terrible idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like we've talked about before.
Really kicked off like anywhere outside of like Asia?
No, it hasn't. That's the thing. It's an utter failure in the U.S. And it's like we talked about this before when we previously about Overwatch League and kind of its waning interest. Also, it's just like it's very, very, it's just way too corporatized. In all honesty. It's very forced thing and everything. It's like the great thing about StarCraft as an esport and everything was like it was one of the first, and like even some of the earlier esports around StarCraft's time too, like Quake and whatnot and Unreal Tournament. It was just like those all naturally arose. The demand naturally created these larger and larger tournaments, and same to League of Legends to a lesser extent, but because Riot definitely did help it along the way, but it was never forced and everything, right? But with Blizzard, it was basically, they just dumped a ton of money into it. We're gonna have like these official city-based teams and everything. We're gonna get real like NBA organizations to start pouring money into investments into teams and everything, stuff like that. It's like we're going to get the LA Lakers and the Golden State Warriors into the LA Valiant, Overwatch League team, stuff like that, So it's just like, it's a ton of money into it to try and get bid, but it's like, obviously it's forced like that. I guess it's like you need the demand to be there first before you get too much bigger, right? Yeah. It's like you can find these really cool comparison images of like the League of Legends Worlds tournament growing over time and everything. Is just like the reason why I was able to grow over time is because there was a demand for it to grow over time. More and more people got interested in watching it. So.
Yeah, like same with CS:GO. Like one of the coolest progressions, actually, if you follow it, is watching Get Right and Forest progress through CS:GO from like the early tournaments in their 1.6 days to now in true in CS:GO. They went from like in-house stuff, like maybe in a hotel lobby, to going to stadiums with tens of thousands of people in it. It's like the absolute growth of stuff like that has to be natural and organic. You can't force greatness.
What the hell?
What's up?
I keep getting Slack notifications.
Just delete Slack.
I just need to shut down Slack, actually, at this point. I think everyone's over, right, to the new Discord?
Yeah.
Okay. Screw it. Didn't do that right now, live on the podcast. Take it away, Matt.
Hell yeah.
Or Anthony.
What?
Take it away.
I keep getting notifications as well on my phone. I'm just trying to.
Oh, I long uninstalled the app.
Good job.
Is Callum back on our Discord?
Other thing.
He's like, yeah, he's there.
Okay. Is David back on the Discord?
Nope.
Okay.
But he's
Okay.
MIA.
Is Jesse back on the Discord?
Slow news week.
Nope.
Okay. Well, it's been a while enough. Managed members, kicking everybody out. Hold on.
Good job.
Ooh.
Do it. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like probably the Overwatch League is probably going to die pretty soon, possibly. Like, how many?
Possibly no. It's going to happen.
I wonder what the average viewership is for it.
I know they got like a deal with like Disney back in the day to like host on some of their channels, but Overwatch is such an unwatchable esport.
It is.
It's too chaotic.
Yeah,
it's true. There's too much going on,
and you have to know each character and roughly what they do. Like at least like with like other games like the League of Legends or something like that, you can get the idea of what's going on roughly. But there's way too much going on at once in Overwatch, especially with full team dives. You have no good luck.
Even like Fortnite was pretty like.
Yeah, like Fortnite's one of those games like. Yeah. Well, it can be. I mean, it's not on the hardness scale. It's not too up there.
It's
you
more
could
like
tell...
if you watch them like CS:GO or something like that. But
yeah, CS:GO and Smash are the easiest games to watch. Easy.
Yeah. My parents, like, who don't really watch video games, obviously, and everything, right? But if ever, like, at their house or whatever, and it's like, oh, there's a CS tournament going on and everything, I might have it on in, like, the living room or whatever, right? It's like, my parents are able to understand what's going on in CSGO very, very easily. My parents, however, have no idea what the hell is happening in StarCraft. So, I mean, yeah, CSGO is very, very easy to watch, because, you know, guy with gun shoots other guy with gun,
head.
Yeah. And CS:GO is actually like one of those things. Like the commentators in CS:GO are unmatched, in my opinion. In terms of like their ability to cast games. Like the talent pool in CS:GO, in terms of the talent, is so deep. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like any other games really have that.
I'm just waiting for Warzone to get into esports.
Oh God. Okay.
Go to Rust is an esport.
Yeah, like Warzone is going to be so disgusting to watch.
They had like I've tried to watch PUBG before, and it's like I still couldn't. Yeah.
Yeah. It's too boring to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's like a solid like 3 to 4 minutes of just downtime at the very beginning of every game, or just like yes, you did some opening skirmishes, but other than that, it's like there's a bit of a lull period till the circles start getting really, really close to each other. And to be fair, also, StarCraft has had this issue to a lesser extent over the years of people watching because like because like the first 2 to 3 minutes of a StarCraft game, of any StarCraft game, there's nothing happening. Just because they're, you know, all the players are doing are really building workers and everything, right? Occasionally, some really, like, cool shit happens, like a drone rush or something like that, you know, or a pro rush, or, you know, something bad happens to the scout or something, but other than that, you know, it's pretty standard first 3 minutes of every StarCraft game or so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say something, but I completely forgot.
Yeah. So, Blizzard, please do
Don't
better.
ban Pepe the Frog.
Yeah.
It didn't ban Pepe the Frog.
Yeah. Honestly, what did Pepe do?
Please.
What did Pepe do? He's just a frog. Okay.
Pepe was just there.
I know. He's literally just a fraud. I don't understand, like, why people are so worked up over a frog, okay? I mean,
but legit,
I
people
do know.
can get worked up over anything, okay?
Yeah.
Like, just look at America.
Again, anyway, no, literally, though. Again, literally, Hillary Clinton designated Pepe the Frog a hate symbol because it was used to troll her.
What was the...
I think it was like the SPLC or whatever, but...
I was about to say, I think it's a Southern
Southern Poverty Law Center.
Poverty Law Center, that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's such a weird name. But yeah, they were the ones that designated it as a hate symbol.
Okay.
I remember
It's
that.
like saying kangaroo's a hate symbol.
Are they not?
I think
mean-
for you, it would be emus.
They hate everybody, but like
Yeah, emus are a hate symbol for Australians.
accurate.
Okay. All right. So anything else to say about this outside of
Don't ban Pepe.
yeah? It's like leave Pepe
That's
alone.
about it.
Leave Pepe alone. Oh, okay. So this is tangentially related. So the NFL is gonna allow players to like have like designs on this next season, have like designs on their jerseys outside of like their number and everything. Someone just needs to get a giant Pepe the Frog on the back of their jersey. This football player needs to.
Hell yeah.
The reading would be off the charts from the media, and it would be hilarious.
Sick.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
The
They can have-
NFL, like with their dress code, they're absolutely dumb. Like I could get into that real quick, but it's like I shouldn't.
Okay. Okay. Moving right along.
So dumb.
Yeah, moving right along. So last news story of this week is, well, MSI, who you might know if you're in the PC gaming tech industry at all, or, you know, kind of into that area a little bit. Taiwanese company, their CEO fell off a building a couple weeks ago, which, again, condolences to them and everything. Nothing against him personally, but it looks like over the years they've been engaging in some decently shady review tactics bent to kind of pad their image just a little bit of their products and everything, right? To be quite honest, MSI products can be incredibly hit or miss across the board and everything. I think their most reliable thing are graphics cards, in all honesty.
Yeah. They're,
Every
their
mo-
graphics cards are the
every
best things.
motherboard I've had any degree of personal experience to from MSI has failed. I've
Same.
never had
I-
an Asus or Gigabyte board fail on me though. So yeah.
I had an MSI board originally, like in the first iteration of like the first PC I had.
Mhm.
It was fine, but then it ended up dying. So,
Yeah. Okay.
How long did it take to die?
well, I didn't buy it new, but it took like a year and a half to die.
Okay. Yeah, we had.
That's about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know me and Taylor, when we were building my girlfriend's PC, one of like the initial board we had wasn't it like DOA?
Yes, and then we returned it for the exact same board, and then that board failed after about a year. This was an MSI
Yeah.
board, by the way. So
Yeah.
yeah.
We were just like, nah, we're done with MSI. Like this is.
I think we replaced it with an Asus board and have had no issues since.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I mean, yeah, I've got a gigabyte board at the moment, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, the products are hit or miss, and this big story, which comes to the form of a Reddit post. Gamers Nexus, a somewhat large tech YouTuber who's they're known for their very, very in-depth and hypercritical reviews of things. Like their data science is absurd with everything.
I loved the level of detail they go to. It is only matched by maybe Hardware Unbox.
Yeah. Also another great
it's
tech
like
channel.
30 minutes. Yeah, really.
But you know what else
what's
is
also a great
another great
channel?
tech channel? Ted for Thought.
Tech for Thought.
Hey.
Yep. Hey, Lamau. Oh,
Anthony's
please
dying
don't wear it.
inside.
I'm firing both of you because you didn't post Pepe the Frog.
Oh,
because we did
didn't
not
post.
post?
Okay.
You didn't.
Okay, I'll post them later.
Hold on, I'll post it.
But yeah, Tech for Thought. We're at 47 subscribers right now. Please go drop a sub and watch a couple of our videos.
Yes.
That's what you think. Give us a little feedback. We always appreciate the love. Back to the topic on hand. Yeah, like so with 101 bucks, love their videos, but my god, it's like 30 minutes of like graphs and stuff. But like Jesus.
Yeah. Anyway,
Good.
so gamers, this came to a head because on Twitter, there was this smaller, comparatively smaller YouTuber.
Comparatively is the accurate. word
Yeah,
to use
comparatively smaller YouTuber. I completely forget their name. I didn't take.
there.
Actually,
Tech something GB.
yeah, Tech GB. Yeah.
No, it's
So-
I could
Hold
pull it
on.
up. Just give me a
buddy.
minute. You guys keep doing talking.
Okay.
This is totally random, but like there's 2 Tech for Thought channels on YouTube.
Yeah, we know.
Yes, I'm aware. Tech Team GB.
Yes.
We are
okay.
aware there's another Tech for Thought channel, but they haven't posted in a couple of months, if not closer to a year now.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah.
We're the
So
one with the nice
ChatGPT
blue logo.
was talking about how on Twitter they went public with this, talking about how MSI was like trying to basically strong arm them into modifying or just straight up not posting a review of, I think it was a gaming laptop that this was with regards to, because, well, quite frankly, they didn't like it too much. The issue specifically was it had horrible thermal management, so the thing would just heat up like a freaking toaster oven and throttle everything that was in there. And so, yeah, so which is obviously not great for any PC, but especially a laptop in general.
So the design behind this laptop literally had the intake fans blocked by the base plate. There was no perforations or anything that allowed airflow properly.
Yeah.
And it literally suffocates itself.
Look, you can cook a piece of steak on it, okay? Like that other video we watched.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Heat up a nice pizza on it.
Oh yeah, that's great. Oh man, that was back when L2T did fun videos. Which, to be fair, they still do, but it's definitely more normie centric.
I mean, like, Luke was the one that did more of the crazy stuff than anything like that.
True, and he's over at Floatplane now, which is also owned by LMG, but it's a different thing. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. So, as is practice in the industry, this is for both tech and video games as well. Oftentimes, if you get sent a review for by a company, everything, like whether it be a product or you know, like a product or a game in our case, which is technically a product also, but you get what I mean. It's just like, it's
physical.
Yeah, whatever you get. Yeah, a physical product. It's like, it's common. It's just like, it's like after the review is written, you either, or published, written or published, you send the review off to the company just so they know, oh, they did it, or whatever, right? You know, they did this thing, because there's usually some contractual agreement there. And so, you know, that's all very common practice and everything. So what TechGB did was, you know, they published this review of the laptop. They didn't have great things to say about it and everything. And MSI actually explicitly asked if they could take the review down, because MSI wasn't pleased with the review, with this critical review and everything. And so TechGB talks about this on Twitter. It gets picked up by Gamers Nexus and a couple other tech YouTubers. And then a few days later, Gamers Nexus releases this massive 33-minute video, which they entitle Killshot, MSI Shady Review Practices Ethics. Killshot is a reference to the minor beef between rappers R. Kelly and Eminem back in 2018, by the way. Nice. Anyway, yeah, sorry.
Okay,
yeah, reference there. Fine. Yeah, reference there. And so, yeah, basically Gamers Nexus details their experience with MSI and other experiences from other tech YouTubers from MSI that they've heard about, going back to around 2015 or so. And yeah, Gamers Nexus, just to refer to it as Steve, because Steve is the host. Steve Burke is the host for Gamers Nexus. Steve basically has the receipts and shows emails from MSI to Gamers Nexus and also MSI to other tech YouTubers, basically with their demands after each video and everything. And some of the stuff is basically like, it's very common for tech reviewers, or in especially Gamers Nexus, to put like a 1 or 2 word summary of thoughts for a product they review. So it's like, oh, they didn't like this laptop or whatever. It's like, so they'll do like MSI GT 430 laptop review, disappointing, or whatever, right? To kind of set the tone for the video and everything, right? And so, you know, this is literally an example where they did that, and then MSI emailed Gamersnet saying, it's like, oh, we're okay with the review, but could you please take disappointing out of the title and stuff like that? So, you know, it's just little stuff like that, where it's just like, you know, they kind of try to strong arm their image padding just a little bit, which is kind of a shitty practice, in all honesty. You know, it's like, if you want a good review, make a good product.
Basically, yeah.
He like Tech Jesus went on record like saying, like, if you cannot get, like, we're gonna report everything, good, bad. If it happens, we're gonna report it. But if you can't get a reviewer a product that works, the odds of consumer actually getting one that works is much lower. Because, like, it's fairly common knowledge that, like, reviewers are sent the more premium stuff in that regards of like, okay, we know this card is good, get it to them. Like that's pretty common practice.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's like
Okay.
the amount of shady stuff that they do. It's like, and they're super passive aggressive about it as well.
Yeah.
And one thing that they also like in regards to like the samples that they send out is like when they, you know, the loner ones, that's fine practice and all, completely understandable.
Yeah.
But they lead people on all the time about it, like, oh, we'll get you one next time that you can keep. We'll get you one next time. And they keep them on the hook with that
Yeah,
type of stuff.
a
And it's just
lot.
terrible practice.
Yeah.
A lot of companies do that, like tech companies and whatnot.
Yeah, and like promising you to keep it the next time.
Yeah.
I don't like that. It's just like, be
I mean-
honest with me. It's like, hey, you're not gonna keep this one. I'm like, cool, I'll send it back.
Yeah. With
That's
games,
what happened with the Black Shark.
with games, you can't really send them back because you get codes and whatever. But we've had a couple of things with like Microsoft and whatnot where it's been kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
yeah.
like occasionally you get to keep stuff. It's pretty cool, but like I have the GSP 670 still in my closet, but still using my MX50s, M50Xs,
Sure.
M50Xs. I
Nice.
keep getting the X part wrong.
Mm.
I also love how like everybody is also wrecking like the AT M50Xs,
Yeah.
and Taylor's just there hating.
I prefer the open sound of Sennheisers. Thank you.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't think I told you this, but Kyle got M50Xs also.
Nice. Did he get the Tin T2s?
I don't think so. Oh no, actually no, I
Okay.
think he did. Yeah. He also got a mod
Okay.
mic. Anyway, sorry, one of our buddies.
Yeah. So like, if you want to see a review of the GSP 670, go watch on Tech. That's all I'm gonna say. But like they said we could keep it. It's like, yeah, sure, go and keep it. It's like, all right, we'll keep it for future comparisons. But it's like, it's nice being able to build up the arsenal, have stuff, but it's like, it's common to send it back. We had to do with the Black Shark too when we reviewed
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Which is, I think it depends on like companies like review circulation for stuff and everything, right? So it's like the Black
Yeah.
Shark 2 that we did the review for and everything. It was like that was being passed around by people. Everything
Yeah.
like
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's like
So,
that
like,
same model was that same unit was reviewed by another person before being sent to us, and then we didn't even send it back to
A different reviewer.
yeah, we
yeah,
sent it back to a
different.
different reviewer and not the company
Yeah.
themselves. So that the company directed us to send to be fair. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep, they gave us a date and sent
Yeah.
it out on the day.
Yeah.
We got our stuff out by then.
Nice.
So you
So
can do stuff on time, Anthony.
Every so often.
So yeah,
That's
that's
strange.
what MSI is. I mean, some of MSI's products are decent, I guess, but you know, it's
Their
like when
graphics card tended to be on the better side, but outside of that, I think they're pretty trash in my opinion.
their graphics card can clock pretty high. To be fair, yeah,
Mhm.
which is like the big thing. Yeah, it's like I don't know. So it's like if they start doing stuff like this, it definitely makes me consider them less as a potential brand to get stuff from.
Sure.
Well, it's like I wouldn't like. It's one of those things. Like, one second, I need to sneeze.
Oh, nice.
I don't
It
know
might
why,
be
but
a-
I'm having a sneezing fit right now. But it's like I wouldn't mind still reviewing stuff from them, but it's like I could tell them straight up front. It's like, no, we're just gonna tell the way that is. It's like stuff happens, and it's like gotta report the stuff.
Right, exactly. Right, it's just like, well, I mean,
Why are you
And-
so?
oh,
And one of the things that they practice as well is saying, hey, can you like delay this review?
yeah. And what
Yeah.
that does is because most reviewers that would get a review unit will have the review ready by the embargo date and time and everything. So they'll set the videos to like auto public or whatever as soon as that
Yeah.
time happens. Which is why whenever a big product comes out, you see like LTT, Gamers Nexus, Jay's 2 Cents, Paul's Hardware, Bitwit, everybody just have a review of the same damn thing. This is especially noticeable when processors come out. And
yeah.
yeah, and so it's just like what MSI will, if they're not super duper happy with your review, or you know think it paints a different image or whatever than they want to portray out there and everything, they'll be like, hey, can you delay the release of the review a little bit because they want it out of that first like 72-hour window of everything coming out about it.
And they'll just indefinitely delay it. They'll just say delayed, then they might get back to you a year later about the review.
Yeah.
See, what you can do in that regard is like send it to them after it's been published, because there's no like contractually, they can't stop you from publishing a review.
Well, see, they also go into this
Right.
also where it's like they don't stop you from publishing it. They'll ask you to like modify the title of the already published video or whatever, like the disappointing example I gave at the beginning of the segment here.
And yeah, it's one of those things like it depends on the reviewer or what they're reviewing, but they would force some people to sign NDAs about it. Like it's pretty common practice for Intel and AMD to do that about their processors. Because you don't want that stuff leaking beforehand.
Yeah.
Right. To paint a slightly more accurate picture of what's going on, it's like MSI isn't saying, hey, it's like we're going to pull the money away from you. It's like, we're going to pull the money we paid you for this review and everything, unless you do XYZ or whatever. They always pose it as a question sort of thing. So they always say, hey, can you change the name of the title or whatever, or can you take the word disappointing out of the title? They always pose it as a question and less of a demand sort of thing, which softens the blow a little bit, but the bottom line, no matter it's like how they try and go about it, is like the bottom line is that MSI tries to, back channel pad the image of their products. And it's like, as I said before, it's like you want a good review of a product, make a good product.
Yeah, basically.
It's literally as simple as that. So anyway, any concluding thoughts about?
I guess this is kind of comes down to like an ethical debate about things. It's like one thing they also did before we wrapped up with final thoughts about that. They also had told somebody like, hey, please take down your review. If you do that, we'll compensate you for your time you spent on the review.
Right. Yeah.
As in, like, they're trying to bribe them with money to take it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty nuts.
Yeah. So it is. It is definitely like just this big ethics debate. It's just like.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know. It's like I have a sort of a hard stance to this and everything, right? Where it's just like, if the review is fair and reasonable, then it's like a company shouldn't be like, hey, can you change this about it and everything. It's like I would be a little bit more sympathetic if a review was completely off the rails and out of line with everything else that came out about it. But
yeah, like even with like the 670 review, like to be fair, I highly doubt Sennheiser would reach out to us about anything. But like neither the person that sent it to us or Sennheiser has commented about me trashing the mic.
I mean, to be fair, the review was overall positive.
Yeah, it was. I mean, and that's the thing. Like with the stuff that we review, with the tech stuff that we review as well, we're never going to change a review. That is, like we've had companies contact us multiple times, like publishers and whatnot, saying, "Hey, we want you to change this."
Yeah,
it's not going to happen because it's an honest review. It's what our thoughts are, and even if it is out of line, you are entitled to your opinion. And that is how like reviews and stuff work in gaming, at least.
Right. It's like that's too like gaming reviews. It's like there's an aspect of subjectivity in gaming reviews that's not there in tech stuff, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, tech stuff is a little bit different because you got NDAs and whatnot. But like at the end of the day, it is still your opinion. They're sending it to you because they want your opinion. So.
Right. Exactly.
So it is.
Yep. Yeah. They're sending you to make other people aware of it. That's should be the big goal of things. Is like reviews is also marketing,
right?
Reviewing is marketing.
Yeah,
like it's like you can't try to cheat people out of what they think. It's like, no, you're not going to win people over that way.
Right, exactly. So MSI, please stop.
Yeah.
Although Gamers Nexus definitely did burn the bridge with MSI, probably with regards to this. So I would say that'll be a fun.
Yeah. To be fair, he said I'll still accept. He stated that he would still accept stuff from MSI, but he's never going to change anything that he writes or what he thinks about it. Right, because that's what he thinks. It's not what MSI thinks about their product.
My comment was more like, oh, MSI not working with him anymore after this.
Oh yeah. I imagine MSI will send him stuff still.
Mm-hmm. He's big enough that it's like people would want to hear his opinion about it, I think. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Anyway,
You know what else we hope to get big enough for people to care about our opinions? Tech for Thought. Go subscribe, please.
How much have you shilled this damn? No.
Not enough.
Okay.
How much have you shilled this damn channel? Shut up.
I wasn't gonna say the shut up part, but I was just wondering what the count was for this episode.
Shut up.
Okay. All right. Well, with that, we're going to take a brief ad break and be back with a little bit of a water cooler conversation and then wrap up the show. So stay tuned.
This week's episode of the Power Up Podcast is brought to you by OptiNutra. OptiNutra offers nootropic-type supplements that help support enhanced sleep, vision, flexibility, energy, long-range health, and so much more. You can check out their full range of supplements using the link in this episode's description.
All right, and we are back. We once again thank Performance Lab for their continued support of the site and the podcast itself. We were just talking during the metaphorical commercial break there, how it's like some of the indie developers have send us hate mail of a review that we've done of their game and everything. And Matt, you were about to share an experience with that.
Well, I was just saying, I think like the first game that I actually reviewed for the site was named by the Arc Insomnia or like Insomnia or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's supposed to be like a diesel punk game.
Oh, I remember that game. Okay, yeah.
It's been in It was in development for like 8 years or something crazy like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was developed in some Slavic country. I forget which one exactly. But like in my opinion, the game was absolute trash when I had to review it. I got literally locked into levels because I would run out of ammo. It would autosave, and then I would just die to the creatures around me, and I can't backtrack out of it.
Yeah, I remember
and
that.
I did this like 2 or 3 times in a row, and I'm like, I can't do it.
I just can't. Yeah.
I just can't.
Yeah.
Fun times.
Okay. Anyway,
Yeah,
so.
I've
Sorry.
got some reviews and stuff that I've done as well from the actual developers.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. So yeah.
Anyway, so moving along to the promised water cooler segment. You know, with the times right now, you know, Microsoft and Sony posturing against each other. You know, fun new things on the horizon for Microsoft and Sony, PS5, Xbox Series X, etc. We have to turn to the other big player in the gaming industry, which is, of course, Nintendo. You know,
Nintendo.
Yeah, I think everyone's favorite between Sony and Microsoft, in all honesty, here. I don't know, I like Nintendo.
I mean, yeah, the site I'll admit the site definitely has a favoring towards Nintendo, but it's with good reason, to be fair.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah,
when was
like,
the last time
we love
Nintendo did
all of
something
them.
really bad? Or, you know, kind of just,
Yeah.
so.
So,
Cites the
They're
entire
really
Wii U.
honest about it.
I mean, look, okay.
Accurate.
Look, the
But
Wii U had some
it's-
good games. There's nothing wrong. It was just a stupid design,
Yeah.
and it wasn't
Uh,
marketed well.
No, it wasn't. But it's like they're honest about their mistakes, and they're a very open company, which is amazing. Like, think about the last time. Like, I cite this all the time, but like Metroid Prime 4, like the balls to go on public record and saying we hate what we made. It's
We weren't satisfied with what we were making anymore. We didn't think it would turn out well. Yeah.
We're scrapping it and we're starting over.
Yeah, we're burning the pile. Yeah.
Like that? That's respectable.
Yeah, to come out and
And
publicly do it
they-
as opposed to just be like, yeah, it's delayed, again and again. Yeah.
Delayed.
They're also honest about it, saying, "Hey, it's in development.
Yep.
It's happening.
Please quit asking.
When we're gonna talk, it's happening. Stop talking about it. We'll tell you more later. When's later? You'll find out."
Yeah.
It's happening. I tried to warn you.
Like Metroid Prime 4, Breath of the Wild, when it was initially being created, the sequel for Breath of the Wild, just a lot of games like that. They're just saying, "Hey, yeah, we're making them. Wait."
Yeah. It's like, it's coming, it's happening, but not quite yet. Anyway,
Think
but
about the last time Microsoft or Sony have done something like that.
they would probably never do that, in all honesty.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna be real, yeah, they would probably never they'd probably never just come out and flat out say, yeah, we completely scrapped this game and are restarting development on it. So anyway, so yeah, again, it's like one has to wonder what Nintendo has planned next. Obviously, you know, they're still going to have a continued lineup of great games coming out and whatnot, but I think the conversation is more to like, hardware-based stuff and everything, right? So it's like, what's Nintendo's gonna do in terms of hardware? You know, the closest thing to a refresh the Switch has had was that new model that had a better battery in it or whatever, which I don't think anyone actually upgraded their Switch over to anyway. And the Switch Lite.
It's still sold as a regular Switch. Like they didn't.
Yeah,
it wasn't.
Yeah.
Didn't even prompt a SKU change. Just to give you an idea, and a SKU change is like they had to rebrand it as a new product.
Right, exactly.
And
Yeah.
they made them better. That's about it.
Yeah.
Like there's no marketing or anything for it. Hey, this is a new updated Switch.
Right, exactly. They didn't know the line of like the new Nintendo 3DS XL version thing.
The Xbox One S SAD edition.
Yes, the sad edition.
Sad edition.
Sad.
Sad.
Yeah,
So I don't know.
sad.
Are we gonna see like a refresh of the Switch, maybe with a new and improved Tegra chip from Nvidia, the latest battery tech, the Joy-Con drift issue fixed, maybe a Switch.
All I'm saying is, Switch with Turing in it, just RTX on, baby.
RTX Breath of the Wild. I'd pay good money for that.
With an RX with the what was I saying? The 2080 Ti.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You're holding literally a 2080
But-
Ti with
Yeah,
a
okay.
screen strapped onto it.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
that'd be pretty good.
That'd work quite well.
You might actually be able to get into the Lost Woods without having
Let the
frame
frame rate
drops.
dip. Yeah, it's hilarious. It still does it to this day, by the way.
They've improved it drastically.
I know.
But damn.
I know it's still
It's
a
still-
noticeable drop. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
it's kind of funny. We love you, Nintendo. But I
Nah,
don't know,
they're
it's
not
funny.
gonna do
Never
a
change.
Pro.
No, they're probably not doing a Switch Pro. Okay, then.
Nah,
I guess
doubt
like the real question is like, how long can they really ride out the hardware that's in the Switch? Then
No. Well, considering like
it
the
obviously
game
can't
style,
have as long of a console cycle as like a PS4 or one. That's what's
Well,
long.
how
Actually, I
long?
think-
How long was the Wii around for?
The Wii was around for around 5 years.
technically till last year.
Yeah, the Wii U was around for around 5 years also. So
Matt, there was another game that came out like 2 days ago on Wii.
So yeah, I don't actually no. This is kind of a good point. Like Nintendo has like this 5-year console cycle, so
But
I did-
it's so
or so roughly.
I think this, yeah, but I don't think they're gonna like. I imagine they'll do an update,
Mhm.
but I imagine they'll still be supporting it for a very long time because
Oh yeah,
the style of games that they make now are very, I think, tailored to what they want to do now.
right.
Like
yeah.
like Legend of Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, very like, and the other games they made. Like I can't think of any others off the top of my head. Smash Bros. There's one. They have an idea of what style they want to make, and their current architecture gives them the tools to do so.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that a new update would do would give third-party developers more freedom to do stuff. Like we could actually get like a proper Persona game on there, for example, and it could run it
To be
properly.
fair, Persona would run right now on Switch.
It runs on the PS3. It could run on the Switch.
Yeah.
To be honest, I see no reason for them to do another console. Like the Switch is going very
At least
strong.
not yet.
At least
Not
that-
yet.
okay.
It's
So we
still-
think the
it's
Switch is
in
still
its prime.
good. Okay.
I think
yeah.
It's
still
still
got, like-
going strong.
I think it's still got like another 2-3 years in it. To be honest,
Which would put it
Because,
in
like-
line with Nintendo's like standard
Eh.
console cycle.
1-2
Plus,
years, I'd say.
I think it's gonna be at least probably around 3 years, maybe a little bit longer.
Okay.
Because like they're still supporting. They have plans on bringing the sequel to Breath of the Wild on it. They're still supporting Smash Bros like crazy, and I bet
Yeah.
they have some Metroid Prime 4 is most likely at this rate gonna come out on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, there's no reason to stop right now. I mean, it's still going super strong. Both U.S., Japan, Europe. It's strong.
Yeah.
Strong.
Then I guess the conversation shift towards to it's like, so I think we're all kind
When
of
do
of the
they
same
pull the
opinion of
plug?
how long the Switch will be around and everything, right? But so it's like when it does come time to move on from the Switch, what do you think Nintendo is going to do next?
Yeah,
What's
that's
going to be like
difficult
their
to say.
gimmick or thing, you know?
So, like, I think they found their spot with the Switch for the moment. I don't imagine them trying to do anything else because it's like
Okay.
the next step is just upgrading the Switch, in my opinion.
Oh, okay.
because they kind of nailed like they switch over to cartridges again.
Yeah.
Which gives you so much more storage to be able to play like games like.
And also
You don't
read
need to
write
download
speed,
anything.
stuff like that. Yeah, it's really nice.
Read and write speed is amazing. I think it's just more of upgrading the hardware so it could support future games, but having it on the go fills the niche that was kind of missing for a while. Because like the 3DS and the new 3DS, whatever the current gen is, it's still good. It's great, but it's obviously starting to die down a little bit in comparison to the Switch. Because now not only is it kind of like taking over everything, like Animal Crossing's now on there.
Yeah.
You got the handheld element. You got the
and you could still roughly play it on a TV. I mean, it's still capable of that. It's not at the best quality, but it can.
Right.
That's 720p.
I think it'd be more of like upgrading it so it could do maybe true 1080p and with some great fidelity. And
to be honest,
I'd still love to have a dock that would give it
an upscaler.
4K, proper upscaling or 4K native 4K support, so it could actually like. It has like the dock has like a built-in second card, so it could actually do like simultaneous stuff. Like dual graphics cards would be pretty baller.
Okay.
To be honest, I don't think they're probably going to do another iteration of the Switch for quite some time. They're still doing like the Switch Lite and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe in like a year or two, possibly.
Okay.
But
I would say 3.
I would say probably they'll do like maybe Switch Pro in like 2 years, perhaps, or like maybe 1 to 2 years. To be honest, like I think the only things that they can do is like, I mean, if they push hardware to the Switch, they've kind of got to push it to the Switch Lite as well. I feel like, so they'll probably do a Switch Lite Pro as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's the same tech at the end of the day. All it's doing is it's just cutting out the dock and all that kind of stuff. So they could definitely like boost the frame rate a bit on games, and definitely kind of like cut out. So like when you enter certain areas of Breath of the Wild, as we said, frame rate dips quite significantly. It's the same with what's the other Zelda game they have? The top-down one that had massive frame rate issues.
Link's
Link's
Awakening.
Awakening. Yeah.
Okay. I have that one. I mean, I personally haven't felt any like frame rate issues.
I think they
game.
patched it a little bit, so they kind of fixed it. But basically,
that game shouldn't be having frame rate issues.
Yeah.
I think the lighting would do it, if anything. If it did.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
I could
kind of just polish everything up because I don't feel like they need more tech. Like they don't need like higher end tech. Really,
so we're all like pretty satisfied with where Nintendo is in their space right now and everything. Yeah. We want them to keep doing more of that space because it looks like they struck gold, so to speak, in the space there. It's just like it's not really worth competing in the direct home console market anymore. I don't think.
Yeah. Like I said, the tech that they have satisfies their needs that they currently present.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Just anything else to add about that, or?
No.
I feel okay. So with next because of Corona. Okay, you asked, Taylor.
No, I know.
Because of Corona, I feel like they need to get on top of like game releases and stuff. Like they need to be pushing out a couple of trailers for Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah.
They need to be sharing some more details from Prime 4, I feel like. As that article said that's on our site, I kind of agree with a lot of what it says. So basically the reason why we're bringing this up is because we have an article on culturegaming.com. Head on over there and check it out if you want to.
It's called Nintendo, What is Your Next Move?
Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like they need to kind of jump on the first-party bandwagon a little bit more now. Because not many first-party games are coming out at the moment. Because of Corona and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So, I also think like their first-party stuff is kind of in an awkward spot in the pipeline too. So it's like, obviously Breath of the Wild 2 is still in the heavy development phase probably of things. Presumably, at least. We don't know for sure or anything. And then Metroid Prime 4, it was going for a while. They had to scrap, restart, stuff like that. So, that's probably still under some degree of significant development as well. And I imagine whatever the next, like, real Mario game will be, is still under heavy development also. So it's like, their big 3 titles and players for Nintendo first-party stuff is, they're all
You consider Metroid big.
Yes. It's Mario,
I mean...
Zelda, Samus, shut up.
They should port Prime to Switch.
Yeah.
100%. They should do a collection.
I'm sure they have it in the closet somewhere. They're just waiting.
We're in that weird phase where they release like it should be coming up soon because Mario and Legend of Zelda came out. What was it? 2016.
Zelda came out in 2017. And so did Odyssey. So did Mario
Yeah, because
Odyssey.
they released with the Switch.
Yeah.
Roughly, and they scrapped Prime roughly around that time. I
They
want to say,
scrapped Prime
Or it's
like
like a year
January
later.
of 2018, I think.
but it's like they released the Switch mid 2017, right?
Yeah.
So it's not too far off. But it's like we're at that point where it's starting to get to that point of like they're in that weird period where they should hopefully be announcing stuff soon.
Yeah.
But I prefer them just being silent until they're ready.
Yeah. I mean, Nintendo announced Metroid Prime 4 in June 2017 during their E3 Online showcase with simply a logo and a subtitle revealing that the title was under development for Nintendo Switch. Yeah. And then,
when they say they
huh?
When they scrap it.
And then they scrapped it on 2019.
2019. Okay.
Yeah, in a
that
video
came out
released in
later.
January 2019, Nintendo EPD General Manager Shinya Takahashi announced that development on Metroid Prime 4 had been restarted. Takahashi said that development under the previous studio had not met Nintendo standards, and the game would go on to be instead developed by Retro Studios. Nintendo's share prices fell by 2.8% in the week following the announcement. Feels bad, man.
Feels bad, man. It's gonna go back up.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
already gone back up.
It's well recovered from that.
Retro did
Yeah.
Donkey Kong, right?
And Retro also did the
That's
previous
rare.
Prime games also.
No,
No, Retro
Rare
did
did.
Jungle Freeze for Donkey Kong.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Tropical,
right. I was thinking of old
Or
school
Tropical
Donkey
Freeze,
Kong.
sorry. Yeah.
Tropical Freeze, Jungle, what's it called? I don't know.
Yeah. I
They've
know.
done 3 DK games since.
Okay.
I have no idea. I don't play DK.
Jungle Beat, they did Jungle Beat as well.
I played the
Bongo
DK
one.
game on the Game Boy Advance. That's about it because it came with it.
Fair enough.
I have a lot of history with the Game Boy Advance, apparently.
I guess so.
Yeah, so do I.
Oh, Pokemon Emerald on that.
Oh,
such a
it's
good
great.
game.
Nut.
I think Gen 3 was peak Pokemon.
Nut.
Fat nut.
Okay. Anyway, so Nintendo, play whatever card you want next. We'll buy it.
Yeah,
pretty much.
it's one of those things I prefer the silence because I hate hearing about stuff for 4 years and it finally releases.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
mean,
this is
let's-
actually much preferable than what we're getting right now with other things.
That's
so.
every developer though, kind of. But I don't know. I
Nowadays.
feel like they need to just keep like a pipeline going, kind of thing. Even if they don't give us any details, just like keep updating it every so often.
Mm-hmm.
No,
No?
I
No?
don't care.
Okay.
No, I don't want the updates. I just want to hear like it's ready. Here's the game. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah, fair
okay,
enough, yeah.
cool. When's it coming? 2 months from now. All right. Because it
Okay.
gives enough time for like
People to be excited.
yeah, it gives time for my favorite thing, people to theorize about what's going on.
Yeah.
Like people are still theorizing to this
Oh
day
yeah. Look,
and uncovering stuff from the Breath of the Wild 2 trailer.
Yeah, that thing's going
like-
insane.
Yeah, like that's all I want. Give me that for 3 years, and tell me when the game's done, and show me another trailer,
Right,
and start
exactly.
showing some gameplay. I'll be fine then.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Till then, don't show me a thing
Don't care.
because you'll burn out my hype.
Maybe if it's even like a development update, like not necessarily a trailer or anything, but just like, hey,
the
this
most
is where we're
development
at.
update I want is that like what they did with 4 and just saying we're resetting because we don't like it. Because if
Okay.
they're making it, they're enjoying it. That's fine by me.
Okay.
Hell yeah. Okay. Well, with that, I think we're about to wrap up the discussion there. The good spot. So
2
Anthony,
hours, 39 minutes.
Yes.
37 seconds.
Anthony, what games are releasing this next week, if any?
Not many at all. I mean, couple here and there. So we have Scully, which is kind of PC, PS4, Xbox One,
I heard
and
that's
Switch
a fun game.
on August 4th.
Mhm.
We also have Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, which is going to PC and PS4, also on August 4th. We have Hellbound,
Awesome.
which is coming to PC on August 4th as well. This is an amazing game name, I know. Spitlings, which is going to PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch, also on August 4th. And we also have Horizon Zero Dawn, which is going to PC on
Ooh.
August 7th as well.
Oh,
And our favorite game ever, the one that was shown at the Game Awards,
Hello Kitty Racers.
Fast and Furious Crossroads.
Oh dear God, I forgot about that. Okay.
I forgot about that too.
Yeah.
PC, PS4, and Xbox One, also on August 7th. The same day as Horizon Zero Dawn.
Okay.
I might actually get Horizon Zero Dawn. You know what? Actually, I
would
got
suggest it.
like the PC parts I got to build my new PC.
Mm-hmm.
I got 2 games with it, but from the CPU and the GPU. The Amazon sent me codes. I got Death Stranding for the PC on Steam
Nice.
and Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Oh, okay. Nice. Okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
You're trying to clean up
I was
there
like,
then.
oh, okay. It's like, all right. I guess I got some stuff to play.
Got some swag.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
When's AC come out?
October, I think.
That was the thing that surprised me. It's like, you got a code for Valhalla. I'm like, I guess I got a code now. but I don't know
Eventually, when
if
it comes out. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Matt, where can the people find you on Twitter?
They can find me at Twitter at filmed by G-Man,
Okay.
where
Nice.
I occasionally do things there. I'm gonna be posting my Pepe image there. I'm gonna show you my rarest Pepe.
What about
You
Tech
get
for Thought?
fired.
You Tech for Thought? Well, that's easy. Just go to YouTube, search Tech for Thought, and it will be the second one up there because there's another one channel by that, but they're dead. We're the one with the nice hexagonal logo. Hexagonal. I don't know.
Hexagonal.
Hexagonal. There we go. I'm not good
It's
with English.
hexagonal, but whatever.
Point still stands. It's got the nice blue logo on it.
Yeah.
Pretty.
And
Yeah.
it's pretty. We'd love your support there. Just don't be afraid to drop by, check out a video, give us some feedback. We'd love to be able to grow because we're
Be
still
very
learning
afraid.
ourselves.
Yes.
No, you can also follow Tech for Thought at Twitter at tech_for_thought. Tweet us.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Anthony.
Have I shilled enough?
Oh,
I don't think
yes,
I've shilled
No, I
enough.
think you're fine. Thank you, Anthony.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am at SameAntman19. I barely tweet. I feel like my camera's zoomed in for some reason. I do all the site's social media stuff as well. What's that facial expression?
I was yawning. Sorry.
I know.
He was bored with you.
Oh my God. I
you
yawned.
gotta
I'm
You
sorry.
gotta keep the
Jesus.
shilling interesting. Come
I
on.
do all the site social media. Come check us out at culturegaming.com. You can find us on Twitter, of course, at the Cog Network, and also on Facebook, which I manage all that stuff. So if you want to get in contact with me, you can do so at those places. Taylor, what about yourself?
Find me on Twitter at Infurious7809. That is at INFERIUS7809. It's mostly just tech and anime stuff. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Good job.
yeah, that'll about do it for the podcast this week. Tune in next week for all the latest gaming news and the water cooler conversation. Hope to see you all there. And be safe, be healthy, all that fun stuff. Go outside if you're legally allowed to. And, yeah. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.
See ya.